Madeline Rivera joins us live from Washington, D.C. So, Maddie, what's this resistance look like this time around?
Well, I think that's part of the problem that Democrats are experiencing right now. They have not been able to unite around one cohesive strategy. So since retaking office, President Trump has moved with lightning speed to reshape the federal government. And Democrats largely share one thing in common. They are angry. But again, they've been struggling with how to effectively push back against this administration. They're reportedly now weighing two approaches ahead of the president's joint address to Congress. Axios reports House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer do want members to attend with a +1. A congressional memo obtained by Axios asks House Democrats attending the joint address bring a guest who has been harmed by the Trump administration's early actions. Party leaders are encouraging members to stay disciplined and focus on kitchen table issues and protecting programs like Medicaid. They're hoping that approach resonates more with voters instead of simply interrupting the president's speech. But there are Democrats who believe not showing up at all sends a better message. Per Axios, Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Ed Markey, and Martin Heinrich are some of those who are considering not going. Senator Chris Murphy is reportedly also considering not attending, telling Axios when President Trump does the speech, it's not a serious event. Charlie, Rachel, and Peter.
All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
Maddie.
Maddie.
You got it.
Well, you know, the resistance.
I think part of the reason that Nancy Pelosi doesn't want anybody doing anything dramatic, two reasons. One, because what if somebody comes up with something more iconic than ripping a piece of paper? It's possible. Number two, the Dems don't have a seat. They don't have the good seat behind the president this year.
Oh, right.
And
they
so
can't do the antics.
It's going to be J.D. Vance there on the left and Mike Johnson. So anything that they would be doing, any of these rank and file members, it would just come across as too small.
I really love your profound cynicism about her motives, and I think that no one has ever gone broke in Washington, D.C. For a lack of cynicism. You can't have too much cynicism. I think you're exactly right about it. But the problem with it is, for her, she doesn't want to be outdone. But the problem is that as the protests become more and more ridiculous and futile. This was, what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, that she did the alligator clap?
The alligator clap, it's so, it was so great. Put that back up. It was...
It's better than the baby shark. The baby shark.
The baby shark. Listen, it's going to be an interesting night. As you pointed out, Charlie, it's not really a State of the Union because it's only 2 weeks in. 1 month in. Yeah. But usually these events... Okay, come on, you guys. I can't get enough of that. I told you earlier... For weeks after when that happened, I was just clapping at everyone like this. I just loved it.
I would take the garbage out and my wife would go.
Good job, Charlie.
Way to go.
However, I would say this is going to be different because in just a month, he actually has wins. He actually can say, I did this. I shut down the border and illegal crossings are down 90%. I cut this many millions from the government. I eliminated this Department of Waste. I got rid of basically USAID and all the warmongering and regime change crap they were doing in that agency. There is a lot going on right now, and he can get up there in just 1 month and say, I've done this. Look, get ready for more.
And the other thing is, if Nancy Pelosi blesses any kind of a Democratic protest ahead of time, that means that she has chosen the successor she thinks is worthy of the Obama, Biden, Pelosi era. And she must be looking at this crop of Democrats right now in the House and thinking, I don't know. I don't know if there is a worthy successor right now.
It is AOC, whether she likes it or not.
So
the leader is AOC.
Should we draw straws to see who gets to actually read the quote from Nancy Pelosi?
Sure, you go for it.
Okay, good.
I'll clap for you after.
Yeah. Okay. She says that she thinks that they should not do any demonstration. She said, any demonstration of disagreement, whether it's visual or whatever, just let him, as in Trump, stew in his own juices.
So
is that a euphemism for?
It's a hot tub of winning juice.
Of winning, yes.
Is that a Diet Coke joke? Trump's juice?
Yeah,
His
maybe.
Diet
I don't
Coke?
know. It's not a good one if it is.
It's not. No.
So early.
Yeah, you was just say we had Jason Miller on, and here's what he had to say. He gave kind of a preview of what to expect.
But I think this is more important than ever because not only of what we've seen President Trump do in this first month in office, historic, by the way. You talked about it earlier, the executive order, securing the border, getting rid of things such as DEI and men and women's sports, getting the framework put together for trade deals with countries like Japan and India. But what comes next is so critical, and this is what you touched on, because the country is in a really bad place from where Joe Biden left it, even with all the fantastic accomplishments that, by the way, I think George Washington and all the rest of the presidents would envy, is what President Trump does to finish getting our country back on track. This is going to be a big night. President Trump always steps up on game night on the big stage. That's what I look forward to seeing on Tuesday.
Tuesday is Fat Tuesday. Wednesday is the start of Lent. I think about Jesus saying, "Blessed are the peacemakers." So on that list of wins is also going to be that the Republican Party is now the party of peace, of world peace. I mean, this is really remarkable. This used to be the party of war and the war machine.
I forgot that the speech is on Fat Tuesday. Mr. President, if you're watching and anybody protests, just throw beads at them.
Yeah, good
Just
idea.
beads.
But keep your shirt on.
Yeah, no, of course. It's
Maybe that's what Nancy has up her sleeve. Well, we'll see about that.